Hi guys and welcome to Kriya Yoga. Today we are going to learn an advanced pose called Sirsasana or headstand. It's an amazing pose. Once you learn it, you cannot unlearn it. So let's start with some warm up for it. Come into Vajrasana, sitting into Vajrasana onto your shin and keeping your hips lying on your heel and your big toes flat onto the mat. Keeping your stomach tucked in, following your stomach completely, pulling your muscle into your lower back, keeping your spine straight, breathing in, making big circle from your hand and looking out. Feeling firm from your stomach, breathing out completely from your stomach.
Lie down in child pose. You can keep your palm up, facing the sky or facing the floor. It's fine.
Breathing in, looking up, take your hands forward and extend it as forward as possible, pulling yourself up into tabletop, coming onto your palms and knees, breathing in, lifting yourself up into downward dog, pushing yourself back, your tailbones back, your stomach tucked in and paralleling your heels. One by one, massaging it, completely releasing the pain or stress, massaging your inner thighs, nice and easy, pedaling is faster if you don't feel it's burning, and keeping your core tucked in, breathing in, lifting it up completely, nice and easy, and slowly keeping it back wherever the first feet is, and lifting yourself up from your stomach and head and looking at your big palm of extended hand, breathing in, bringing your hands back, staying for 5 breaths, again lifting it and coming into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward dog and downward dog. Now I'll show you from the left hand side how to do it. Just switch the side. Breathing in, breathing out, coming into downward dog, tucking your stomach completely in, lifting the left leg up, breathing in completely, holding it completely as far as you can, and then keeping it back wherever your right feet is, and then extending, pulling your hips, your stomach up as far as possible, and your hand, left hand is extended up. Try to come in reverse position, breathing in, staying for 5 breaths and then breathing in, keeping your hands first on the ground and then again lifting it up. Left leg, breathing in, coming into plank, then Chaturanga Dandasana, Cobra, and then breathing out, downward dog, nice and easy. So this exercise is good to charge up your core completely. We keep paddling in between to release any acid if it is formed in a muscle. Breathing in, we'll do one warrior series, lifting right leg up and keeping it between our hands, which was on the mat, tucking our stomach in completely. Left leg is parallel to the shorter edge of the mat, and breathing in, this hand, the right hand and the right feet are in line, and left hand comes above our ear looking towards the palm of the left hand, and make sure your heel is in line with your knees and knees are not going ahead of the big toes. Breathing in, breathing out. Now straighten up your knees and come into triangle, feeling strong and lifting yourself a little up as if somebody is pulling from left palm, which is facing the sky, looking at the thumb of the left hand, breathing in, lifting yourself up. Now your hands are somewhere around one leg distance apart, lifting your hands up in the sky, breathing in and breathing out, wide legged forward fold, keeping your feet parallel to the shorter edge of the mat, and your hands will come in line with your feet, and your head will go in line with all of them, as in your feet, your hand and your head are all in line on the mat. Breathing in, breathing out, staying for 5 breaths, and then looking up, lifting yourself parallel to the ground, and then up a little, and then bring your hands on the waist and give me a little back bend. Release all the tension. Breathing in, again lift your hands up in Namaste, looking up, and breathing out, falling forward, keeping your legs firmly grounded on the mat, and then bringing your hands on your back, folded together at your back center, and if possible you can touch your head onto the mat, but not widening your feet much apart and keeping your feet straight, and your hands are joined together, and just enjoy this pose. Stay for 5 breaths, and then looking up, bringing your hands up, nice and easy. Again, back on the back of your hand, bring your hands, and then again back bend a little, breathing in, again lifting yourself up and breathing out, falling forward, holding your big thumb of both feet, bring your head onto the mat, and breathe in, breathe out for 5 breaths, lifting yourself up and releasing all the tension, bringing your feet together if required, and then relaxing a bit by folding forward in Uttanasana. Nice and easy. Try to touch your head onto your knees, and then sit down into Vajrasana. Now we try to do one more pose. Now our core is charged up, so breathing in, breathing out, coming into child pose, staying for 2 breaths, then looking up, bringing our hands in front of us. Your elbows are lying where your knees are, and then joining our hands together and just pushing one hand distance forward. Now tucking your stomach in, we'll try to lift ourselves up from the knees and from the hips and from the stomach, and try to walk a little ahead and then backward, then ahead till the point you can, and then backward. If you feel scared, you can keep a pillow just beside your head, back of your head. Keep walking forward and backward, walking forward and nice and easy backward. Small steps, keeping your stomach tucked in, nice and easy. Very nice. Now put your knees down and bring your head onto the mat and come into child pose and relax. Now we have charged up our core and our shoulder. Now we